Chapter 5. The entire world fell into a suffocating, deathly silence. Only my ragged breathing remained, and the frantic pounding of my heart, like a drum beating wildly in my chest. Then, click! A cold beam of light shot down from above, illuminating me. From the darkness came a series of eerie, excited laughs. Ha ha ha! Finally, we can begin! After all that acting, I've been itching to move. Hurry up! Hang her! I can't wait anymore! The heavy doors burst open. The so-called hell wardens I saw every day, those playing ox-headed demons, horse-faced guards, black and white impermanents, flooded in. Step by step, they approached. Rough hands yanked me up from the ground and bound me tightly to the cold gallows. Fear wrapped around my throat like an invisible hand. I looked at them, those so-called messengers of hell who had always seemed so imposing. They smiled. Slowly they removed their masks, revealing human faces, twisted with excitement. Humans were far more terrifying than demons. This place was hell on earth. Little beauty, don't be afraid. We'll take our time and have fun. One man caressed my face, his gaze filthy and revolting. I guarantee you'll experience punishments even more thrilling than real hell. They shouted in excitement, adjusting the noose. Just as the rope was about to tighten around my neck, boom! A deafening explosion tore through the room. The cell door was blasted open from the outside. A squad of heavily armed special forces stormed in like gods descending from the sky. "Don't move! Police!" Flashbangs and gunfire erupted instantly, echoing through the space. The sudden turn left me completely stunned, and in my daze, those floating comments appeared before my eyes again. Holy shit! Something huge just went down next door. The two female leads from Truman's brothel and Truman's harem teamed up and brought special forces onto the island. They seized the island's control center, saw the live stream from the hell set, and immediately sent people to rescue her. The fake heiress's lover got caught too. Not only was he involved with her, he also imprisoned a female PhD for that Truman brothel game, and she turned the tables on him. All the sets on the island are evacuating now. This whole place is getting wiped out. The rope was cut. I was taken down from the gallows. Under the escort of the special forces, I walked step by step out of the hell that had imprisoned me for so long. I pushed open the final door. Blinding daylight flooded in. Tears streamed down my face instantly. I greedily breathed in the salty sea air, felt the warmth of sunlight on my skin. I was alive. It felt overwhelmingly real. In the distance, sunlight danced across the deep blue ocean. The gates of hell had closed behind me, but the judgment of the human world had only just begun.
The fall of Truman Island became a global sensation. Countless imprisoned victims were finally brought back into the light. When the police were registering my information, they asked routinely, "Contact details of your family? We'll notify them to pick you up." I shook my head calmly. I don't have a family. They were the ones who sent me here. The young officer fell silent. I asked him softly, "What's today's date?" He told me. I smiled, but tears slipped out uncontrollably. So today was my 18th birthday. From this day on, I no longer needed a guardian, and I no longer needed that so-called family. Instead of going home, I made a request to the police. I wanted to sue my biological parents, my brother, and Shen Huai Xia. Under the law, They had deceived and sent me, still a minor at the time, to this island, controlled by a criminal organization, even paying a large sum for it. They knowingly allowed me to suffer abuse and life-threatening danger. This went far beyond abandonment. It constituted intentional injury and unlawful detention as accomplices. As for Shen Huai, the mastermind, her crime was even severe. Half a month later, I accepted an exclusive interview with the nation's most watched television network. On the day of the live broadcast, my parents and Shen Nanzhou came. They looked haggard, stripped of all their former glory. The moment the program began, they broke down crying. For the first time, they lowered their proud heads. "Huai Xia, we were wrong. We were blind. We misjudged Shen Huai. We're family. How could there be hatred that can't be forgiven? Please, please forgive us." "Xia, it's my fault. I'm a bastard. You can hit me, curse me, anything. Just withdraw the lawsuit, and I'll make it up to you however you want." They cried bitterly. Their remorse looked so sincere. Their acting was impeccable. But unfortunately, I was no longer the little girl who once begged for their love. I looked at them quietly, waited until their cries faded. Then I smiled and asked the host, "Do you know what hell looks like?" He froze. I turned to the camera and spoke slowly. "Real hell isn't 3D lava. It isn't masked demons. Real hell is when the people closest to you use your blood and flesh to raise a wolf that isn't even their own, leaving you in despair beyond saving. It's when you're covered in wounds, yet they only care whether you've learned to wag your tail. It's when they push you into the abyss and still tell you it's for your own good." My gaze swept over their pale, regretful faces. If it were just a lack of love, I would have left. But you wanted me dead. My expression was calm, but cold. "So I won't forgive you. Never. I only hope that one day you'll personally step into the hell I lived in and experience for yourselves what refinement through suffering truly means."
The broadcast exploded across the internet. The Shen family stock collapsed overnight. Limit down, suspension, bankruptcy. They fell from the top into the mud. Once a powerful elite family, now reduced to rats, scorned by all. As for Shen Huai, her fate was even more dramatic. Shen Nanzhou forced her to undergo an amniocentesis test. The result? Absurd. The child was truly his, but the invasive procedure caused a miscarriage. The once inseparable siblings became bitter enemies, consumed by hatred. Justice did not stay silent. In the end, Shen Huai, as mastermind, was sentenced to life imprisonment. Shen Nanzhou, an accomplice turned co-perpetrator, received 20 years in prison. My biological parents were sentenced to 15 years for aggravated intentional injury. They had sent me to hell with their own hands, and now they tasted the consequences forged by the law. As for one of the originators of it all, Shen Huai's lover, the wealthy heir Wang Ziyu, as an investor of Truman Island and guilty of multiple crimes, including unlawful detention, rape, and intentional murder, he was sentenced to death. At last, everything settled. With the enormous compensation I received, I returned to school alone. Sat once again in a senior year classroom. Sunlight streamed through the window, falling across my exam paper. I was 18. My life was finally my own. I knew the scars would never fully fade. The nightmares might still return in the quiet of night, but the gates of hell had closed behind me forever. And carrying all those scars, I would walk toward the light, step by step into a future that belonged to me.
Hey there! If you enjoy our audio content, don't forget to hit that like button and share this video with your friends. Most importantly, click subscribe and ring the bell to stay updated with everything Zuzu Audio. Support the channel and join our community today.